can to put people together.
Now imagine this, fam. We're in a small Georgia neighborhood on a quiet night. Crickets chirping, porch lights on, kids inside. Then suddenly, over 50 shots get let off. You quickly find out 3 young men end up losing their lives. A couple days later, police say the only person tied to it as of yet is a 21-year-old woman who just graduated with honors. And all across town, they talking about
setting
how
niggas
she
up.
from classroom excellence to cold case suspect. Not for 1 murder, not for 2, but for 3. Was she set up? Did she know too much? Or did she really have a hand in what went down that night? Well, in this video, we're going to try our best to find out. According to all public records, we're going to try to break down everything. The victims, the connection, and how one of Macon's most shocking cases might have just exploded something deeper in Bibb County. But before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember,
I don't give you no angle.
I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We'll jump right to it. Now let's start this video off with some facts. We know victims' families are angry, and they got every right to be. But now it's gotten to the point, because of the information being shared online, that even the suspects themselves might allegedly want this young girl gone, simply because of what she knows. So now you got 2 sides of the community. Some praying she's alive, and others praying she's caught, all in the name of justice. And at 21 years old, this young woman is in what you call a lose-lose situation. And the crazy part is this: we know if she is apprehended, authorities already believe more arrests is likely to come.
Are you having trouble trying to keep up with your professor? You've got to try Otter. Here's how it works.
But before we dive into the full details of this case, who was involved, and what allegedly happened, and how investigators say this was part of a retaliation shooting, without giving too much detail, let's talk about Macon, Georgia first itself. The crime, the history, and some quick facts about the city. Now when you hear the name Macon, Georgia, most people think of a small, slow-paced southern town. But if you really know Macon, you know it's a city split in 2. One side built on history and heart, and the other side is still fighting heavy poverty, violence, and generational trauma. Located in Bibb County, Macon sits right in the middle of Georgia, not far from Atlanta. About an hour and some change away, but the difference in opportunity feels like night and day. Over the past few years, crime in Macon has risen dramatically. In 2024 alone, the county recorded more than 70 homicides, most involving young people under 25. And just like a lot of other smaller southern cities, Macon's biggest problem isn't just the violence itself, it's how fast retaliation spreads. One shooting turns into 2, then 3. Then you having families left with no answers. But at the same time, it's also a city full of pride, music roots, church culture, and tight-knit families who've been there for generations. So when something like this happened, especially involving a young woman who once represented the best of her community, it hits home a little different. That's why this story grabbed the entire county's attention, because it wasn't just another case of senseless violence. It was a reminder that no matter how small the town, darkness can still find its way in. So now we got that foundation laid out, fam. Let's talk about what really happened that night, who the victims were, and how investigators believe the entire situation was part of a retaliation gone wrong. Fam, meet Rikimia Henley. She only 21 years old as of today. At first she went to Westside High School, but she found herself going off track until she transferred and decided to attend a school that wear uniform, more strict, and less distractions. And because of that, back in April of 2020, her mom went to Facebook and said the following: "I'm so proud of my baby, Rikimia Henley. Through all the pain and lost loved ones, the mishap at Westside, which almost cost her future, but God stepped in. My baby grieved, cried, and endured unimaginable pain, but she still remained humble, focused, and driven to be successful. This little girl gave up her fashion, wearing her own clothes to school, to be at a school that wears uniform and doesn't allow them to have their phone, to be at a school with less distractions and a better leader. I thought she would give up a long time ago because she loves her threads, but instead, she went harder, staying at school from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., staying on her ish, going to twilight tutoring, whatever it takes. Every time I go to her room, she's glued to that laptop on E2020, assuring her education and success. And okay, yes, for a teenager, that's considered a boring life, but I promise it's gonna pay off. But today, I just want to say this beautiful, determined-headed, strong, spoiled brat of mine, that I love her, and I'm so proud of her, and she deserves every dime I spend on her. And her hard work is not going unnoticed. I see you, babe, and your priorities being in the right place at such a young age is awesome. But your hunger for success is absolutely breathtaking. The following year, May of 2021, she graduated, and her local news platform has shouted her out for graduating with honors from Northeast High School. It then go on to say she's the daughter of Corinthia Henley and the late Jesse Henley. And then that's when I found out more about the parents' relationship and how the dad had lost his life after doing research on him. And that's when I found out that Rakimia mom had killed her dad back in 2009 with the kitchen knife after coming home for stabbing a man in 1999 and doing 3 years.
What?
According to an article by the Macon Post back in 2009, it quoted that a woman who fatally stabbed her husband early Sunday morning had previously served 3 years in prison for stabbing a man in 1999.
Hey man, look. Sometimes, man, you don't know what a motherfucker going through. She could have been going through some bad stuff, but we can look at her as a bad person, but we do not know what she was going through. So she can't even too much judge the book by its cover. You don't know what she was doing. You don't know what that man was doing to her. We don't know, bro. So let's not.
Court records. Bibbs County Superior Court records show Corinthia Henley, then Corinthia Johnson, pled guilty November 29, 1999, to stabbing a man July 15, 1999. She was sentenced March 27, 2000 to serve 3 years in prison, followed by 7 years on probation.
Dang.
Records. She came home in 2003. By 2009, 6 years later, she was 30 years old, and she ended up stabbing 28-year-old Jesse Gerald Henley with a kitchen knife following an argument at around 5:45 a.m. It was Sunday, according to Macon police. A police report labeled the case as justifiable homicide. Corinthia Henley told officers her husband was beating her and pushed her face into a pan of grease warming on the stove when she reached for the knife. The police.
Wait, what? She don't got no burns on her face, do she?
And at the time say no charges have been filed in connection with Jesse Henley's death, and the police investigation expected to be ongoing for months, but now it's considered closed. Ultimately, the case was transferred to Bibbs County District Attorney's Office, and they was the ones to determine if charges would be filed or not, and I guess they chose not to. But as you can see, Rakimia had it rough growing up, and if my math is correct, when her mom came home the next year, she had her, and then 2 years later, she killed her dad. And since the age of 2, Rakimia has been living life without her father, only her mom. Now fast forward to 2025, just 4 years after graduating high school with honors, Rakimia is now wanted by Bibb County for not 1 or 2, but 3 homicides. 2 brothers and a young man. 2 guns was found at the scene, a handgun and a Draco. She back on August 18th, 2025. It was a Saturday night, and a shooting had took place on East William Street in Macon. Had left 3 people dead. See, according to the sheriff's office, the first call to 911 came in at around 10:30 p.m. reporting a man had been shot on William Street. The victim was identified as 27-year-old Quantarius Townsend. He was taken to a local hospital where he was later pronounced deceased. May he rest in peace and love condolences to his family. Roughly 30 minutes later, deputies responded to another call in the 500 block of William Street and found 2 more victims. Brandon Thomas, 21, Markel Boner Jr., 16, suffering from gunshot wounds. The Bibb County Sheriff's Office later pronounced them dead. May they both rest in peace and love condolences to their families as well. As mentioned before, at least 50 shell casings were recovered as investigators processed the scene throughout the night. Bibb County's coroner, Leon Jones, said 2 weapons were recovered at the scene, an AK-47 rifle and a handgun. And for weeks, they had no suspect, and police was urging the authorities to come in with clues. But throughout the barbershops, the hair salons, the schools, people was already talking. And they already knew what was up. But check this news clip out first.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Maggie Fitzgerald. New tonight, neighbors in East Macon described the moment they heard dozens of gunshots ring out Saturday night. Witnesses tell us the gunfire sounded like an automatic weapon. Some say they heard 2 separate rounds of shots about an hour apart. Hunter King shares more after speaking with people who live nearby.
Neighbors here in East Macon off of William Street tell me that they are shocked, not by the shooting itself, but just the severity of it all. Investigators say dozens of shots rang out on Saturday night shooting that claimed the lives of 3 men. And here on Sunday afternoon, those same investigators are trying to figure out what led up to the shooting. The Bibb County Sheriff's Office identifies the victims as 27-year-old Quantarius Townsend, 21-year-old Brandon Thomas, and 16-year-old Markel Bonner Jr. Deputies responded to the 500 block of William Street just before 11 p.m. on Saturday night. Diane Jolly lives down the road, and she heard the gunfire.
I was in bed, and I thought maybe it was some firecrackers or something, because it said, pow, 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 pow.
God.
And I'm like, what in the world?
No, for real. Guns do be
About
sound
an
like
hour or so
fireworks.
later, he did the same thing. Pow, 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 pow.
Jolly says the neighborhood was quiet when she moved here nearly 4 years ago. She described a different scene now.
It really is scary for me to be an older person, and it's like he kind of scary because them bullets ain't got no name, or they can come to anybody's apartment or anyone and shoot, hurt them. It's sad.
Our crews first on the scene Saturday night counted at least 50 shell casings at the scene. Witnesses who spoke to us off camera say gang activity is frequent in the neighborhood. One witness tells us this shooting may be connected to a previous incident, but the sheriff's office has not confirmed that link. Deputies found 2 victims dead at the scene. Townsend died at the hospital. We reached out to the sheriff's office for an interview, but they declined. Reporting in East Macon, Hunter King, 13 WMAZ News.
The Sheriff's Office asks anyone with information to call 478-751-7500 or Macon Regional Crime Stoppers at 1-877-6.
With another group who allegedly took matters into their own hands and shot up their neighborhood and was considered a drive-by. And this is how authorities will have a person of interest 5 weeks later for those 3 murders. It's been alleged and on social media that the crew who was into it with those group of young men, one of them was a boyfriend to Rakima. And the only reason authorities only know her so far because it's been alleged that it was her vehicle that was used. Even someone had went on social media and wrote this in the comments,
So
indicating
she got
that
the
her
nigga, she set up her black Honda. She set it up. Her black Honda was there, and her boyfriend with the shooter. Oh, her boyfriend was the shooter. Get the hell out of here.
was one of the ones who shot it up, and allegedly her car was used, indicating that her boyfriend was one of the ones who shot it up, and allegedly her car was used. But none of that has been confirmed, but it would make sense on why authorities will only have her as listed as a person of interest thus far. On top of that, people has been going around with this theory that she allegedly set these dudes up, but as of now, that's not the fact. And if that's proven and given out by local authorities or via court records, I'm gonna keep you guys updated.
Alright, then they don't know too much about it. Ain't nothing to talk about then. But ain't no reason to keep going on with the murder. He don't know. So, but yeah, though. I mean, she could have not known. He could have just said, man, let me use this bitch car. That's good what you're thinking in his mind. Use this bitch car, man. You girls be dumb as shit anyway, yo. Like, I just did a video about this. I'm gonna put it in the thing. It's gonna be probably around this. Y'all gonna see it in them boxes. It was just the other way around. Is that, oh wait, no I didn't. Dang, I couldn't even upload that video, but yeah, it was this guy. And he was a thug, he was a killer. And then he was doing all this other stuff, talking this stuff, and then his girl ended up getting killed. But bro, I don't understand what's up with these girls and wanting to date a killer. Like, this is what you go through. Look, when you dating them niggas that's in them streets, what do these girls be honestly looking for? Because this is what you get. Either dead or in jail right along with them. So what's cool about it? Oh, because everybody like it. Boys, these people minds be so easy to manipulate. As long as they got a bunch of people around them. Like, you could control, if you got a bunch of people around that like it, and you know these people personally, you know them people personally, like around it, and that one person in the middle, bro, you can control that one person in the middle, especially a female. Niggas too, but especially a female. Hey, y'all, say y'all like this but don't like it. Alright. Watch that person in the middle love it. Love it. Because they think that's what's popping. That's why I do not like what's popping. I don't really give a hell. It's hard for me to catch and stay on trend things because I don't give a hell about trend. Or you just gotta do this with the internet, bruh. That's why I like doing this YouTube stuff, because I get to watch my videos, and I get paid for this, yo. I get paid just to react to these videos. That's why it'd be so easy. I be just wanting to do this. I be just wanting to do this. I be just wanting to do this while I'm let me just do it like that. I be just wanting to do this while you know, ain't got nothing much else to do. So why not get paid to be watching and reacting? Y'all gonna be it's gonna be a flowing with though. People just, that's normal that I just react, and y'all react with me. If I keep doing it, it's going to eventually happen. But why not get paid for it? Like, why not get paid for it? I like doing it. Why not? And I don't have to too much worry about a trend or trying to find a trend. Just do this. Go crazy. And then they just get bigger and bigger and bigger. Because once I do these, I'm going to do reactions. Bro, even when I get big, I'm going to still do these reactions, putting up like 4 or 5 of them. And I don't care how much money. I think I'm going to be doing this, bro. I do it. You're looking at reaction. You reacting to it when you don't record. So I'm just recording myself doing it. That's it. And, yeah. Why not get paid? That's all I think. That turned to all something else, but, yo, for her, bro, I don't see why niggas. I don't know why girls think. I think girls think that they can use that, oh, I'm a girl, and get a second chance and go to the next street, nigga. I'm a girl. No. Some niggas, they ready to add anything around them out, so. Majority of guys don't give a hell what's around. They be hitting civilians, regular people that don't even got nothing to do with it. So, hey. I'm out. See y'all next video.